Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 59. Pile up on the piss whistle. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and slightly hoarse Dungeon Master, Michael Corley. And with me today is Lee. Lee, tell everyone who you will be playing.
Okay, everybody, I'm Lee, and I am playing Osukai, the Shifter Ranger, with barely any brakes on.
He does not live life in the slow lane. And with us also is Izzy. Izzy, tell everyone who you are playing.
I am playing Marezi Mugra, a half-orc barbarian who's not a good talker.
She talk 'em real good.
Yeah.
And also with us is Dare. Dare, tell everyone who you will be playing.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Dare, and I will be playing Tix Birchmanson, everybody's favorite gnome, who is apparently Osukai's favorite punching bag.
And also occasionally his savior. And last but certainly not least is James. James, tell everybody who you'll be playing.
Hey everybody, my name's James, and I am playing Penton Chalice, a spell-scale sorcerer who is trying to not get killed because he has so few hit points. Hit points.
Tell everyone how many hit points, at full maximum hit points, you have.
Oh, it's embarrassing. He has 15.
15 hit points. We definitely
for a
have
fifth-level character.
We have enemies who do that with a single blow.
Yeah, that's
At
why I tend to stay away.
That's a level
Yes,
1 hit point.
Yes.
Down.
Marezi has 3 times that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and we must remember that I have the house rule where I give everyone maximum hit points every level, which in turn then makes it go further and further apart the more that we go. So
that means that James has 3 hit points each level.
That's correct, sir.
Yep.
Oh, you poor ice cream man.
This is why he is frail and pretty.
And Dare has just shown us a magnificent collection of polyhedral love of this all of the dice that he has. He easily has.
This is about a third.
Oh my goodness, that's slightly terrifying. We might need to do an intervention of some kind.
Riley
You have
has
a problem,
that
sir.
with her D&D stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Well, when we last left off, the wonderful adventurers had met the king of Hyboria in the city the king of in the city of Masgate. They had met Arakokra. Did I say it right this time?
Yes.
Woohoo! Yeah. They have aligning paths, and you are preparing to go out with them. And that is when you are approached by the halfling paladin who assisted you all in the battle with the wind elemental at the party. And Osukai actually recognizes this young halfling as actually being in the bar when he held up the diamond, though he was called something different. You don't know if that was just his nickname or what, but you actually do recognize him. He asks for all of your help because he says there is a terrible monster on board the piss whistle. Dramatic music.
Is it a spider?
It's definitely a spider. Yeah.
Definitely a spider.
It's all spiders.
Yeah.
All the way down.
The ship is just literally a spider now. Where it's a spider with it's holding a mast and just hoping you don't notice.
I see what you did there, Izzy. Well done.
What would y'all like to do?
I'm about 2 steps ahead of everybody on my way back to the piss whistle. To go save my lady love if she is there, and to save her boat if she is not. Duncan is all that it is about.
You know that it is very possible that she is there, while she does have a office of sort separate from the ship. You've noticed that she spends most of her time on the ship. Also, Captain Jackson is frequently found on the ship, as well as her two most trusted. She basically has two first mates, which are Brumio and Tun.
Yes.
And so
yes.
you know that it's very, very likely that one or all of them may be on the ship. And so you're making your way there. It is, by the way, full night, but somewhat early in the evening, probably about 9 p.m. So full dark, but not like 3 in the morning. Because as you remember, the party was interrupted early by this wind elemental and your secret meeting with the king. So you are making your way to the docks. You do not see anyone particularly there. You do see, however, the other ship, the pirate ship that Punchy McBeardface had crashed into the actual beach dock area.
Right.
And you can actually see, because it's been just a couple of days since then, just a couple of days, they've already begun to dismantle it. It looks like there's like a construction crew, kind of like minor scaffolding, and they're starting to dismantle it for parts. And as you come forward, you can see that there are also 2 bodies there.
So, just for a little peek behind the curtain, if so, I know that's what we ended up all agreeing to call him, but you had a name for him first, didn't
Punchy McBeardface?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he had a name. I can go through my massive notes and find the actual name for the monk. When I put together my little cool band of pirates that y'all absolutely decimated, and of the ones who performed the poorest was no doubt Punchy McBeardface, which you dubbed, I should say.
True.
I forgot he was a monk.
Yep, he was a monk.
I just thought we just called him Punchy.
He actually tried to sweep the leg of Osokai, and it did not go well for him.
I think he tried to do it multiple times and just...
Yeah, he tried, and you actually just brought your foot down and broke his leg, and even in his shape-shifted form, he had a slight limp.
That's right, I remember
that. So you see there are 2 bodies in front of you. Both of them appear to be human.
Anybody we recognize?
Yeah, I want to take a look at it.
I actually don't need you to do a perception check, because unless it's something, really obscure, you don't recognize either of these. They appear to be part of the construction crew here. You don't know if they were just being paid extra to be late, or if this happened earlier. You don't actually know. But both of them are very, very dead.
In any obvious way? Were they like run through? Were they like broken in half? Were they burned to death?
Sanguinated.
Something obvious?
All excellent questions. It would appear that they have been just kind of clawed to death.
Ah.
Yeah. And there is blood everywhere, and there are some, small bits of viscera just here and there.
Can I
All right,
can I do some checks to see if I can perceive anything besides clawing, like if it was a weapon or a weapon or or an animal, or how big it might have been?
Make a perception check, and I will give you a +2, given your background.
I don't think there's actually a perception skill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always say perception, but
Yeah, I think it's search for me.
maybe survival.
I don't know.
My survival might.
yeah,
be
I'll
the
let
right
you use
skill.
a survival skill. I know you have that.
Nice. So that's +2 plus my modifier?
Yep.
24.
24.
I know the name of the guy who killed them.
So Carl had it in for these guys. No. But speaking of Carl, what you very quickly see when you stop looking at just the carnage and actually look at where the wounds began, this is clearly the raking of fingers. Yes, these people were clawed to death, and you do also see bite marks that are consistent with a humanoid person, not an orc. You can tell because you've seen orc bite marks before, and they always involve tusks. So definitely not orcs, but some kind of humanoid.
I turn to my compatriots and I say to them in a gravelly voice, I have determined these are not orcs.
There are 2 kinds of people: orcs and not orcs.
Okay. And
Osokai cocks an eyebrow and says, "Very good."
And as you're giving your sardonic laugh, she turns and delivers this information to you all, and you see the one closest to her rise up behind her.
That was what I was afraid of.
And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Ooh, which die?
Roll high, cleric. Roll high, cleric.
Well,
Penton
I
has
got
a
10.
15.
So I'm sorry, Osokai, which one did you get?
I got 22.
22 for Osokai. And for for Penton,
15.
15. And for
10.
For
Yes.
Morezi and Dare.
I
What did
got
Tix
a
get?
14.
14 for Tix. So,
Sorry, Penton.
Osokai.
That's okay.
So Osokai, you will actually go first. The other one is rising up as well. You also notice that while they are rising up, like, picking themselves up, there also is some kind of force bringing them up. Like they are lifting up almost like puppets as they just
Puppets
come
are
up.
bad.
And you also see their skin begins to blacken as they
Oh,
stand.
it's the plague.
So, Osokai, what would you like to do?
I take out a pair of scissors and I cut their strings.
Snip, snip.
Hey-oh.
Oh, if only that.
There are no strings on me.
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. I'm glad you did.
So one is on his feet, or its feet. The other is sitting,
Rising.
rising.
He's rising, yeah.
I'm going to stand on the one that's rising.
You're going to, try to, stomp him?
Yeah, just going to
Okay.
stand.
No,
I'm
yeah.
just going to stand, try and keep it down from getting
Oh,
back
okay.
up.
Just so I would put that, if you're trying to keep it down, that would be like a grapple roll.
Technically grappling, but that's about the best.
Yeah, I think that's
Sort
the
of
closest approximation.
All right, so that's geez, I like my grapple. 24.
That will hit or succeed in this case. So I would like you to roll 1d4 damage plus your strength bonus for that.
Okay.
And then he is considered restrained for this moment.
All right, well that's a 4 on the die plus my strength 4.
8 points of damage to the second one. The second one is very, very thin. He has a long, like, horse-like face, and part of his jaw is torn off, and so he's going. Boom.
Well, I'd like
tell
to-
me which part
I'd like-
are you stomping down?
I'd like to position my feet in such a way that one foot is on the neck
Okay.
and the other is on the just below the chest, but just above the stomach.
You succeed in both of those, and there is an audible, what should have been an exhale of air from a human, but instead it's this wet kind of, and just like a splatter of gore just hits the ground below him. And that will actually take us to the next zombie. He is directly behind you, Morezi. So he gets a free surprise attack on you. Uh-huh.
Wait. Can I even get surprise attacks with my uncanny dodge thingy
No,
majig?
you cannot. With your
Ha!
danger sense, even though you see this is all happening simultaneously, you just sense that training you got from your mother as it comes for you, and you're just like, ugh! But it rolls a 3. So tell me how you move out of the way of this. The second zombie, imagine a very large, slightly rotund man who was once very muscular but is running to fat. His head is bald and he has long, stringing hair, and his guts are literally just hanging out. And he's just going "Raw" at you.
I get a warm, nasty tingling on my neck. I lean forward and stumble out of the way of this zombie's attack as he overcorrects and just completely misses me.
Mm-hmm. And you feel his fingers touching against the leather straps you use to keep your halberd in place on your back as you just
Oh,
and he keeps moving forward towards towards Penton and Tix and Geggle. But that will actually bring us to Penton.
All right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is kick on my light and activate my Holy Radiance, which is going to do a D4 damage to any undead within 10 feet of me each.
Ah.
All right. All right, I'll do first for the one that Osakai's standing on, and that is 2 points. And then for the one that just tried to swing at Marezi, and that's 4 points.
4 points. And
Right.
you see their skin blister and blacken, and it becomes more rubbery. And you see that some of the skin is actually starting to slough off them as they rise.
Neat.
And,
All right.
Yeah. But
so-
that is not your action. That is a
That's
bonus
correct.
action.
That's correct. So then
Nice.
I will take a staff swing at the one that's standing. Let's see. 16. That'd be 19. Modified 19. Well, that hits her.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. My brain was thinking of two things at once. Yes, that will
Gotcha.
hit.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And that's 5 plus 1 is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage to the one coming close. So he's now taken 10. They've both taken 10 points of damage. And we move to Tix.
And so Tix this is his wheelhouse, so let's hope he doesn't
Yeah.
mess this up. He is going to turn undead, right? That is a beautiful 18 plus 2, so that's 20, the turn undead. So that turns, I believe, 12 hit dice of...
So describe to me what it looks like when you step forward and turn undead.
Standing next to Penton's beautiful glow, Tix steps forward holding out his gold nugget representing Garl Glittergold and holding his newly minted intelligent axe Destiny Seeker in the other as the weapon of choice of his god. He starts praying out loud in the name of Garl Glittergold, and the glow of the golden nugget starts to outshine even Penton's beauty. And
You wish.
forcing away the undead.
Yes. So question, Osokai, the undead pinned underneath you is trying to move away from you. Will you let it loose or will you keep it there?
Oh, it's going to stay there.
Okay. So the one that was coming, it was literally coming towards you, Penton, and Tix. Y'all were roughly in the same place, and Tix steps forward and vroom, you shall not pass moment, and you see it just hold its hand over against its eye, and the arm just becomes rubbery and shall I say gooey? Yes, I think I will say gooey. And its eyes glow a baleful blue, and it
Oh.
hisses at you, but it also turns. It turns and walks stiltedly, as if it's fighting it every moment, and it walks to the water, and you just hear bloosh as it falls into the water. So what would you like to do, Osokai? With actually, Marezi, technically it is your turn. So do you want to do anything before we end combat?
I shake my fist angrily at the zombie that just left and am content at that.
Okay. So let's, in combat for the moment, I'm going to say for the moment, this zombie is restrained by Osokai. What would y'all like to do?
I am going to continue on towards the piss whistle. Trust that Osokai can keep his fur clean as I run up the gangplank, making as little noise as I can, and heading straight
Okay.
for Duncan's quarters.
Give me a stealth check. Move silently, whichever one you would like to use in that arena.
Okay. That is a whole 12.
Tix runs up the gangplank, all three of his legs making clunking noises.
Yeah.
So you're running up there. Your armor is clanking as you go, even though it is leather. You still got straps,
Studded
and
leather.
little metal.
I got
Studded
a-
leather, exactly. So it's ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung
I'm not
as you're
worried
running
about
up.
being real stealthy. I've got my buckler on, my shield on, my gold nugget in the hand, and the axe in the other hand. I'm ready to go.
Well, as you turn to go up there, Gegel actually heads with you, and he says to you as y'all are hurrying, he says, "That was some fine work, my lad. That was truly worthy of a cleric."
Well, thank you, but let's focus on the job at hand.
And he says, "Yes, absolutely. Look out!" And he reaches forward and he pushes you. Let me see. No, he rolls a 4. So the something dark comes up from below. The center of the plank, this is not a teeny tiny little plank. This is easily enough for 2 people to walk, because it needs to be big enough to load and unload cargo. The center of the walkway, which is slightly at an angle, by the way. This is an angled up walkway. I think we actually established that at one point. And the wood cracks upwards, and a furry, clawed hand, huge but not monstrously huge, comes up, and it actually grabs Geggle instead of you. And he screams, and he is pulled into the water.
Oh no!
And you see a light flare as a glowing weapon that you saw in the battle with the air elemental appear before him, and it slams into the water. And then there is silence.
So, like, should one of us dive in and go get him?
I would sink. I'm carrying too much weight.
Yeah, good point. I was gonna say me, but I am wearing a scaly maily.
It would be extremely hazardous if any of you did. Even with dark vision or low light vision, you're still underwater, and your vision would be extremely obscured. And you don't know what's down there, except you know whatever grabbed him, plus another zombie that went in there recently. So if you did go in there, it would be extremely perilous.
I take his push, and I go ahead and roll onto the deck of the piss whistle, and yell at the other birdmen to rescue their comrade, and steady myself and keep heading towards Duncan's room.
Okay.
Cabin.
As you put your hand on the side of the ship, remember that you all know this ship extremely well. You spent just shy of 2 months on this ship. Crossing the Sand Swallow Sea is extremely harrowing, takes a long time. It is also ridiculously profitable because it saves months and months of land travel, which is why people like Duncan do it. Now, as you put your hand on the side of the ship, you feel actually something furry, as it's not attacking you or anything. You just feel fur on the side of the ship when you put your hand.
Am I capable of accessing the ship? Like, was I already on the ship when
he very clearly said Tix was going first. It did damage the plank, and it may be dangerous to cross, but it is still intact.
Is there a check I can do to, like, maneuver it more carefully? Like,
well, the plank is still in place. It was bound by rope on both sides. So,
like a tense up your body so that furry boy doesn't eat you check?
Oh, well, I mean, certainly you can, be defensive, and you can certainly do a perception check if you'd like.
Okay, let's see if I can do a spot check.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever to see if I can brain not on. Let's see if I can do a spot check or a search check. Doesn't matter. My modifier is 0 for both of them. To see if there's anything down there that will immediately kill me if I try to get onto the ship to protect my buddy. That's a whole 5. I can't tell anything.
Okay, you're like, nope, seems fine. It's dark. And are you going to cross?
I've got another character prepared if Morezi dies, so sure, I'll cross.
You boom, and you do a little hop over the about 3 foot wide hole in the middle, and nothing happens. You cross. Whatever was attacking him is not attacking you.
The player pessimism is strong in this one.
I don't know why you would be.
Tix is going to do a knowledge nature check first once he feels the fur to see if he can figure out what's going on, and that is a 22.
22. So let's say that the moon has just come out under a cloud, and it is shining down upon the ship Piss Whistle, and you see that on the main area of the ship, most of the area around the edges that you would think of have been covered in pelts. They're actually covered in pelts. Obviously, you're just taking a quick glance in the moonlight, but with that roll, you can tell that they are of several different kinds of animals. As far as you can tell, they are all animal. They're not like, hobgoblins or things like that. They appear to be like wolves and bears and tigers and things like that.
And here I was hoping the twist was the ship was a werewolf.
Yeah, it had been bitten a long time ago, and now it has the radioactive powers of a werewolf.
Were spider.
Oh, sorry, spider. That's right.
All the way down.
But as far as you can tell, there is no immediate threat to you that jumps out at you.
Penton is standing at the edge of the dock, still glowing, and looking down into the water. And first I want to see if I can just see if there's anything, I can see any movement or anything like that. Oh, that's not a terrible roll. What's my modifier? Be an 18.
An 18. Okay. So you, aided by your, not that you're looking through her eyes, but just the sense that you get when Aphil is near, you look very carefully, and you really can't see anything in this water. It is inky blackness, and you do not see anything moving, and you do not see anything like baleful blue glows or holy lights. It is just slowly churning water near the docks.
And unfortunate. I'm really resisting the urge to go down there and try and save that dude, but if a paladin is so far gone that he can't even, seem to churn up water enough to defend himself. What can I do?
What can I, a 15 hit point man, do?
It doesn't seem like something I'd survive very well, if he's not going to. All right, so I guess I'll nimbly hop over to the boat.
Okay.
Along with everyone else.
Go ahead and give me a acrobatics or related. I will let you use another skill if it's applicable.
Let's see. What's my least bad physical skill? Oh, I have a pretty decent jump.
Oh yeah, this is
there we
definitely
go.
You're jumping over the hole to there.
Oh heck, yeah, that's 22.
Okay. As to quote a much greater author than I, not a great leap, but a leap in the dark. And you just and you land with almost no sound. It's just, and nothing attacks you. That leaves Osokai, who has a zombie struggling underneath him, and you feel this force trying to pull it up. There's something other than just the animate bones of this creature that's trying to pull it up, but you are pinning it down at the moment. What would you like to do?
Well, there's not much call for interrogation. Highly unlikely.
Unlikely.
It's going to answer. Let's play golf, shall we?
All right.
Using my Morningstar, which is a blunt weapon for an undead creature. Just going to gently line up the shot and try and pop his head off into the water.
Okay. Now, I will give you full attack for that. However, in order to line up that shot and do so, that will release the grapple.
Yes.
So, just FYI, go ahead and roll for that.
Okay. Okay, that's a 20 on the die.
Natural 20. Okay. Roll for damage and double all that bad boy up.
Okay. Ooh. Forgot. Okay, that's 8. So that's 16.
16 points of damage. I was worried that you would not be able to do enough damage to actually, quote-unquote, destroy it, but it had 25 hit points, and that's 26 points of damage. And so, boom, you send it flying, and it actually, boom, the head actually sticks in one of the exposed gun barrels, which was out for cleaning. And this head just, boom, perfectly in there.
Osokai invented golf.
That's right. And so the game of golf was invented. Again, stealing from a better author than I.
But y'all didn't get it when I made a masterful Hobbit Lord of the Rings joke.
Oh, what did I miss?
They are not orcs. Fool.
Oh.
Fool.
Yes, tomfool of a toque. That will actually bring it to you, Tix, because you were heading first to her cabin. What would you like to do?
I'm booking it towards the cabin and calling out her name, blowing any pretense of stealth, calling out for Duncan.
Okay. As your hand is reaching out for the door slam open. And I would like you to make a agility check.
Oh, fun. And that is a unmodified 12.
Unmodified 12. Okay. So you are. Let me roll something real quick. Interesting. Okay. So I with that roll, what I'm going to say is that you do get hit, but you do not take full damage because the roll was pretty bad. So, but you do take 3 points of damage as this door just slams into you. You are actually knocked back several feet. You come within inches of going down the short stairs going to the cabin that she is inside, and the door flies open, and out of it comes a massive hulking figure and is just raging, just towards you. You recognize him. It's Tun. You also recognize he is in a berserker rage, and you don't think that he recognizes you. That will actually bring it to Penton. Penton, what would you like to do?
Well, he's run off ahead. Does that seem to be where all the action is at this point? I mean, is there any indication of any kind of movement otherwise on the boat?
You do a quick look around, and I'm just going to say at this moment that you do not see anything. There is nothing obvious other than these mini pelts kind of swaying in the wind.
Gork boy.
Yeah, well, no, that's what you see. That's what I mean.
Right. All right. Yeah. So bursting out into the open is Tun.
Yes, he was in Duncan's cabin, and he burst the door open, knocking Tix to the ground very hard, which is why he took 3 points of damage, though it could have been worse, actually. And he is raging towards Tix.
Okay. Golly whiz. I don't think this is a diplomacy kind of thing to talk him down, but it's worth a shot. Let's see if I can't calm this bugger down. Let me get my diplomacy chart up here. Where are you, diplomacy chart? I know where you are. There we are. Okay. So he would be considered hostile, I imagine.
You would guess so.
So I'm gonna kind of run up near the area and call out his name and use some soothing words. Tun, hey buddy, it's your friends. Don't kill us, please.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. Oof. Let's see. Let's see. At 29, we'll turn a hostile into an indifferent.
And also, Morezi, you recognize that he is in a full berserker rage. What do you think? What do you think Morezi would do if she was confronted with this situation? Do you think there's anything that she would do?
Well, I think there's some fun calls I could make on this, because I believe Morezi understands that the trick to coming down from a berserker rage is to slow down your blood. Get yourself out of the action, and I feel like her first thought would be to physically restrain this berserking man. So my question is, who's closer, Morezi or Penton to Tun?
Well, Penton is closer.
Yeah, because I kind of ran out
first. Well, no, I say that. No, you came on first. So you're actually technically closer. He's stepping up close to you as he's saying, Hey, buddy,
the sun's getting real low.
That's right. That's right. So what would you like to do, Morezi?
Because Morezi's first thought would be to roll grapple.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I do that, he's going to get really mad if I fail.
Possibly.
Roll grapple and get an 11.
11. So you run forward and grab, and for a moment you think back to your childhood of fighting full-blooded orcs, and they were the only ones who could match you in strength, and often even exceed it. And especially when one was in a berserker rage, and he just he's kind of like and then he and I want you to make one more perception check.
And there's my natural 20.
Okay. Well, sometimes the natural 20 you want is not the one you expect. So he and he slams down towards you like a bear, like a one-handed, like kind of like you're giving like a killer noogie, because he is taller than you, which is saying something. And he brings his arms around you and he squeezes and he roars into your ear and says, I can't stop or they'll kill him. And then he goes, "Rah!" And he throws you away. Fortunately, he is just shy of being able to do something to you. And Osokai, that will bring it to you.
Alrighty. There's obviously a commotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a moment where your eye is just implacably caught at, wow, that was a really good shot of just the head sticking in the cannon. and then it's just like, you can't look away. You're just like, wow. And then you hear all of this ruckus.
I collect my 50 tickets from the ground and take them for redemption later. Alright, so I'm going to assume that I can make out that this is Tun-Tun.
Yeah, easily.
He is a big boy after all, and he's making quite a lot of noise. We spent a lot of time with Tun-Tun, so we know he's capable of this, but we also know he's not stupid, so something's going on. But Berserker Rage is Berserker Rage, exactly. Inspire confident cognitive abilities. I guess Osokai is going to, try and board the ship first. That's probably the best thing to do.
Give me just a quick agility check.
Okay. Alright, that's a 1.
A 1.
If Osokai gets killed by another
I will let
water
you roll
thing?
the percentage die if you don't mind. Let me know
Okay.
what that is. This is not.
Hail Mary.
This is not the same as my attack rolls, so I do not.
Yeah.
But it helps determine some other things.
Full of grace.
Oh my god, that's 99.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. That's 99.
Wow. So again, my rule is I only have that particular rule for attacks. So that particular rule does not apply to this, but I was using that scale of how bad this one was. And worst being 100. Osokai, you actually...
I'm going for a swim, guys. Bye.
You're making your way easily over the... but what happened is whatever came through there weakened the planks near it. And so when you step over, it just... Whoosh! And not only do you go through... I want you all to imagine this, because Osokai, I said this is about 3 feet on one side, but it's a little smaller on the other. You stick, and your legs are dangling down into the blackness below. And you are, technically, you are restrained at this moment. You also take 1d4 points of damage, which is 1. So just a little a splinter in your side. You lucked out on that one. But your legs are now dangling down, and you hear the water below begin to splash. And that will actually bring us back to Tix. Tix, what would you like to do?
Tix, did you see that? Holy crap!
Osokai, buddy, bear boy, you gonna come slap me? Get up here, bear boy. Is Tun-Tun still raging towards me?
Not towards you. No, he was engaging with the Morezi. So you're no longer blocked.
Morezi, can you handle him?
Osokai, I guess.
No, Tun-Tun.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Osokai can
I
take
will
care of
handle the
himself
other orc.
unless it's a shark. All right, then.
Low blow, man.
The ocean does not love that man.
It really doesn't.
I run towards, I make a quick change of direction, run towards Osokai, get out my 3 foot of rope, and toss it to him, and tell him to grab hold and start pulling on, helping him up.
Okay.
I just got this image in my head of this little gnome beating his tiny little feet down the plank. He's, I got this. Unhooks this rope off his waist that looks like a full set of rope on him, but is actually 3 feet, and just goes, grab the end.
I want you all to know that if it were not for the fact that I put these on YouTube and they would yoink it off instantly, Chariots of Fire would be playing when he runs out there. Da, 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 da. And that rope whoom, swings out. And that will actually bring it to you, Penton.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'm kind of dumbfounded right now as exactly what's happening before my eyes. And there's no. I wouldn't have heard what Tun Tun said to Morezi. I imagine.
No, you definitely didn't hear that.
Okay.
In fact, the only reason she heard it is because she rolled so well.
Okay. Golly. I don't want to attack him. Well, since he's kind of tied up with Morezi right now, I'm gonna run inside from whence he came and see what's going on in there.
So you slip to the side and up the stairs, and you're going to head straight into the door.
Yeah, not barreling in, but cautiously.
Gotcha. So you make your way inside, and you see several things all at once.
Oh boy.
You see Duncan, you see Brumio, and you see Captain Jackson, and each of them are pinned to the opposite wall.
By?
Spikes.
Oh.
Pinning
no.
them to the wall.
Like through the flesh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they alive?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they appear to all be alive.
I immediately cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, I will allow you to do that for this action. There is also a hooded and robed figure in here that you see them as well, and they are not pinned to the wall.
Right.
They
you
are.
don't happen
they
to
are.
see a strange cube anywhere, do you?
Such delights to show you.
Oh no.
Fear the Leviathan.
Such exquisite torture.
Yes. Isabel has not seen that, of course, but she
Yeah.
has seen Cabin in the Woods. So, and
Yes.
speaking of which, that will bring us to Morezi. Morezi, what would you like to do? He is still raging at you, and I would like you to make one more perception check, please.
Okay.
And you actually
That
have
is an-
advantage on this, so you get to roll twice.
12.
12. Yeah, whatever. There's something, obviously, well, there's something wrong with him, but you can't tell exactly what it is with a 12. And he's coming towards you.
He is trying to attack the person that is me, correct?
That is correct. He is bare-fisted, and he is raging and coming at you.
I'm gonna try that grapple again.
You're going to try to grapple him? Okay.
It's weird for Brumio to be bare-fisted,
That's
Oh, it fell off.
interesting.
isn't it?
You know for a fact that on the ship he had a scimitar.
Yeah,
I will definitely say
exactly.
that. He had a scimitar. All of the fighting-ready sailors had scimitars.
I mean, technically,
I
Osuga
got-
doesn't really care because he's busy
Right, he's a little distracted at the
failing
moment.
to get on board a boat.
Let's see. I got 15.
15 is not going to do it, unfortunately. He is in a rage, and you grapple with him, and he just throws you aside and just roars at you, and he is going to try to punch you.
Oh.
And he rolls a 6, which is just ineffectual against your scale armor.
At least I can keep him occupied.
What's that?
At least I can keep him occupied.
That is, never forget, that is one of the big important things that your character does, is keep the other characters alive by occupying creatures like this.
Yeah, but I feel like I should be occupying this weird pinhead dude down in the basement. Is that what he was called?
Yeah, Pinhead was definitely from Hellraiser, yes. Your father saw far too many of those as a child. That I should not have been watching. But let us go to Osokai. The water below you is swirling, and something breaks from the water and grapples with your leg, and it rolls a 10. Which, what is your armor class?
AC total is 18, but touch and flat-footed are 50. Still not good enough.
15, yeah. Well, it actually is just one. It actually almost got you because you are flat-footed at the moment. But whatever it is, you feel it just scrape against the back of your leg. But your boot is just enough to keep, and it splashes back into the water because it literally was launching itself out of the water. So it's not like it's floating in the air. And it is actually your turn, and you are do have a rope nearby.
Mm-hmm. 6 feet away. This is only 3 feet long.
No, he's extended it out to you. It does reach.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take a lunge for it, I suppose.
All right. Go ahead and give me a check here to get out of this. Let me know what skill you think would be appropriate for it. For pulling yourself by rope out of a hole in the wood while a creature is trying to eat your legs off.
Escape artist.
I would definitely accept that.
It could work, but what about balance?
Okay. I'll allow balance because that is a big part of what's happening now.
Okay. And that's a 1.
Oh no!
Another one. Let's go ahead and roll those.
DM, can I give him one of my inspirations?
I
I
already
will
have
allow
one,
it.
so-
since you've extended the rope, I will allow it. If you want to reroll.
I have one, so can I spend it and reroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
'cause
fine
I
idea.
already had one from the skeleton. I think.
Osokai would never accept anything from Tix anyways.
Exactly. That's another freaking 1.
Oh my goodness. So one more time, give me those 100-sided. 100-sided. Oh my god. The percentile die.
I used to have a 100-sided die.
How big was it?
It's about the size of a plum.
So, who wants to make a guess at what I just rolled?
100.
98.
90.
James, you win.
Yay! I mean,
90.
boo! I didn't want to win.
98.
I rolled 100. James said 100.
100. Wow. Wow. Now again,
Now,
this
see-
is not an.
Do you remember me telling you several weeks ago that there was only so long my luck with these dice was going to hold out for this campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've had some crazy luck
Had
with
some
these.
amazing rolls over these last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming to a head now, it would seem.
Karma loves you.
It definitely is. Now
I think
again,
we should just avoid water.
it is not. Well, you've even said Osakai hates water, and so what happens is essentially this creature gets another go at you. That is actually going to hit. Barely. It's going to be a total of 16. So that is going to beat your flat-footed. Wow, you roll. That was fortunate though. Its damage roll was a 1. So that was fortunate. So you have taken 4 points of damage. But there's another part to this. Is it is now trying to pull you into the water. And so what you see Tix is you see him just like hoi himself forward, this powerful bear man. And then just like, as if like, are you kidding me? The wood in front of him just kind of like gives way slightly, and he whoop, goes back, and then he starts to right himself again with that inspiration point, and then the creature comes out and just snags him by the leg, and you just see him whoop, start to go down, except he's holding on to 3 feet of rope. He's holding on to 3 feet of rope. He's now dangling over this hole with a enormous creature, a hairy, rotten creature, grabbing him by the leg, pulling him into the blackness below. And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 59. Talk about a cliffhanger.
Oh my goodness.
We'll see where that goes.
Oof.
Did I see sorry. Did I see, Lee, that you've doing some Twitch?
Yes, I have.
Well, if we know this comes out well in advance of this will be projected out into the future, but if you're happen to be doing it at that time, where would people go to find that?
You will go to http://twitch.tv/onelife0continues, or one word. I am also currently cross-promoting the Chafing Armor podcast.
Beautiful. We love cross promotion. Pollinate us across the interwebs. That came out very wrong.
I do believe we have at least 2 Chafing Armor fans who have come from the stream, so it is. And I have had a few people from the podcast themselves come over to the stream. So it's working out well for both of us.
Ah, fantastic. Well, we love all of our listeners wherever you have come from, whether it our growing, honestly, I was not expecting it at all, YouTube channel. Thank you all. I need to do a little more work on there, to be honest. Of course, everyone who downloads you at your podcatcher of choice. We all love our fans. Let's all say thank you, fans!
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
fans.
fans.
You are the superest,
Thanking you.
most excellentest.
We love you all, and we hope you'll tune in next time when, once again, Osugai gets torn in half. So, good night, everybody,
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
and we will roll with you soon. Hey, everybody, it's Michael, your fearless dungeon master. I wanted to give you a little peek behind the curtain. This is an actual recording between two of our podcasts, just to give you a little feel that myself, Lee, James, Dare, and Izzy are all real people and a bunch of idiots. I titled this Blizzard Talk. I hope you enjoy it.
I love that there is such just a very good running joke of spiders, because it would just so happen that my next in line character is a spider folk. They really do got spider face and spider legs.
Really think about rolling up another character.
Yeah, you really should.
Osukai takes too many risks, and apparently, I think you're right. The water does not agree with him at all.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's water. It's weird.
You are having a
I
hard
cannot
time.
believe that happened. Oh, I can't believe
That was
the-
crazy.
the dice have been so good to me for 2 years now.
Yeah?
I genuinely, every time it's something like all these amazing rolls come up, I'm like, are you serious? This shouldn't be happening. And yet every time we're on the water, on this damn boat,
Yeah. Maybe it's
Something
mad
happens.
at you. It's mad at you going forward and behind for naming it Piss Whistle.
you know,
Oh, the cursed
I-
pissed whistle.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly how this game has decided to turn out. But, yeah. So, Michael, can I get the character sheet for Jackson? Can I become Jackson?
You gonna see if you can play her? No, I never made a character sheet for Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah, if the game keeps getting harder, I myself might want to actually give stats for Spindleless, the Spider-Folk rogue.
Yes, you guys always got that in the wings.
I was just saying that I should probably think about rolling up a new character because this is not going well.
No.
Twice in a row, critical fails on all 3 dice.
That's it, and the odds of that are just remote.
Yeah, you should have been here in the States. You could have won $1.5 billion on Wednesday.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Rolls like that.
Oh,
We all were having fun speculating what we do with all that cash.
I'd buy about 43 more lizards and about 62 butlers to care for those lizards.
Very, very good, ma'am. Shall I bask them now?
Wait, do you need more people than lizards?
Yeah, they gotta have multiple people doting upon those fat little guys.
You need-
At least
you
keep
need
them in
they're
rotation so they
rotating
can rest.
three separate shifts.
Well, and also you need the one constantly dressing them up in adorable little costumes for your Instagram feed.
You are so right, Dad!
And today is Renaissance theme.
oh! I've just got this image of a bearded dragon, powder puff wig and ruffles.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's good.
And then his little beard puffing out as well.
Lee, have you ever seen a bearded dragon just chilling, like, in the dirt?
No, the only ones I've actually seen are like photos from your father and a few other people.
I think she means are they of an area where you are located? Since they are native to your homeland.
Oh, not. No, because they're mostly found further inland, I believe. They're more a desert
Yeah.
kind of thing. I'm my area, while I have lived in a few outback red dirt zones, the one I'm currently in right now is not very conducive to reptiles. It's actually rather cold here, even during the summer, because I live in a valley with a mountain in the middle of it. So, because my university is on top of this mountain, so it can snow up on campus in the dead of winter.
Crazy.
And so we are at this weird point where we're surrounded by mountain ranges. My uni is classed as the highest in Australia, the highest uni, because we're like 4 kilometers above sea level. But there's a mountain range around us, essentially, or a hill range, really. And then it goes down into where I live, and then there's a mountain again, which is or a hill where my university sits. So we do have reptiles, but they're very much... You find them in summer. You find them in summer. They mostly hang around near the water because it's temperate and humid there. And the temperature doesn't change that much near water. But the further away from water you get, the less you see lizards.
Yeah, I think they're
amazing,
pretty much
and I love it.
desert dudes.
And now I'm Googling wild bearded dragon and being very happy at how mad they all are.
Oh, I bet they are. I bet they're mad
They
all
are
the time.
so angry.
Have you seen Have you seen blue tongues?
Blue tongues, maybe.
Check out blue tongue lizard. They are everywhere here, and they are amazing.
I love them so much.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
Really
if you get
smooth.
a permit here, because a lot of our lizards, obviously being native, require a native animal permit, you can keep them as pets.
They're very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
smooth guys.
They almost look like salamanders,
Yeah, they're big,
even though
big
they're not.
chunky
obviously.
salamanders.
That's
They
amazing.
got weird face. They got weird tongue.
There's also pinecone lizards, I believe. Where
What are they called?
I think there's a pinecone lizard.
I am.
Yeah, the shingleback lizard. Look at that, the shingleback lizard. If it curls up in a certain way, it looks exactly like a pinecone.
Oh, I have definitely seen a picture of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a good young man.
There have been times where I have been when I went visited out into some of the lot more outback areas where there's basically no paved road. It's just dirt, red dirt everywhere. You can see them in gutters, and they look exactly like Australian pine cones, like exactly. And then you're sort of, when you're a kid, you like pine cones, and you go to pick them up, and suddenly this pine cone looks up at you and hisses at you, and you go, okay, not a pine cone.
Yet another creature trying to kill me in Australia.
That's awesome.
Oh.